Welcome to round 7 of the FIA Formula 3 European Championship, and we're at the Moscow Raceway, 80 kilometers northwest of Moscow, a technical and tight 3.9 kilometer Hermann Tilke design circuit.
Yes, I like it to be here. I like to be in Russia, and I like especially, of course, this track. We finished this track here 4 years ago, and it's still really very modern track, and its environment is nice, it's beautiful here. The weather now also, and that makes a good event.
Well, Tom Blomqvist, the 21-year-old son of Formula Rally world champion Stig Blomqvist, is in his second year of the Formula 3 European Championship, meaning he has competed here at Moscow last year. Let's listen to Tom talk us round a lap of the Moscow circuit.
Hi, I'm Tom Blomqvist, driving for Jagonia IM with Carlin, and let me show you a lap of Moscow. Alright, so obviously on the approach start-finish straight, approach to turn 1. It's quite a fast corner, 5th gear. And approach to turn 2, it's quite difficult here on the corner entry. We're in 3rd gear through here. Use all the road on the exit. These corners are actually quite difficult. Here the braking is pretty tricky to get right. So yeah, you just have to make sure you make the most of the braking and corner entry there. Back up here, 2nd gear, long straight, so it's quite important to get the exit there. These corners are all pretty straightforward really, flat out. This next one, probably one of the most exciting corners, difficult on track, obviously got a bit of traffic there. That's 5th gear also, down to 3rd gear, use a bit of curb. 3rd gear, holding 3rd gear through here, and then down 2nd. It's probably this is the tightest and slowest corner on the track. See, there's a bit too much road there, not ideal. This is back down to 2nd gear, and then the last corner, well, 2nd last corner leading on the back straight. Obviously very important to get the exit here, and that is it once again in 2nd gear. Pretty long straight here at Moscow, so it's it's obviously a bit difficult to get the aero balance correct with so many corners, so many slow speed corners, and then a long straight. So we'll see if there's any overtaking into this last corner during races. And last corner is again probably the most straightforward corner on the track. Straight braking, good exit, and 2nd gear. So that's one lap of Moscow from me. Anyway, hope you enjoy the weekend.
Well, heading into this weekend, the battle for the championship is getting more and more tense. The fight is between these two guys, Esteban Ocon and Max Verstappen. Frenchman Ocon is still leading the championship, but Verstappen, winning the last 6 races in a row, has closed the gap at the top.
I think we didn't do a good job, or good enough, compared to Esteban. And yeah, tomorrow it's hard to overtake, so I think the only thing you can do is make a good start, and from there on, yeah, you have to see what happens.
But all in all, you had a very good time the last races, 6 victories in a row. And what happened? I mean, you were quick all the time, but that fast and that serious, some button you pushed?
No, I think we had a good balance in those races, and yeah, I think we still have to find this balance on this track.
Yeah, I managed to do 3 really good laps, and the last one was almost a perfect lap, I want to say. The car was almost perfect also, so we have to keep going like that. And I'm happy to be on pole, and especially here, because you really need to be on pole to make a gap and take the lead.
So race 1 was greeted with great weather at the Moscow Raceway, sunshine and 25 degrees Celsius. Esteban Ocon showed that he is back in business in qualifying by taking pole by over 0.6 of a second over Jordan King in 2nd. In 3rd was Tom Blomqvist, with Max Verstappen seemingly struggling around the Moscow Raceway.
Шведского пилота, гонщик команды Motorsport. Эта команда выступает и в ДТ, представляя заводской.
As the grid clears, we get ready for the start, and it was was Esteban Ocon, who wins the jump into turn 1 from Jordan King and Blomqvist in 3rd position. Further back, that is the red nose of Jake Dennis running wide. It wasn't long before Max Verstappen soon overtook Tom Blomqvist for 3rd position. It's a good move from the Dutchman. Tom Blomqvist fighting back into turn 1, but to no avail. Slow-mo of the start, Tatiana Calderon having a few problems. And then we see Santino Ferrucci fighting against Calderon. This is for 14th place. And that is Sean Gilal spinning out at turn 1. Gustavo Menendez versus Simonchek for 11th place into the last corner. This is where Tom Blomqvist said all the passing would happen. And then retaking that place into turn 1. So out front, as we were, Max Verstappen and Tom Blomqvist with the main fight for the final podium position. And then it's a drive-through for Jake Dennis. That's for track limits. Real shame for the young Brit, who's going very well in his debut Formula 3 Euro Series season. Two teammates, Tatiana Calderon and Roy Nissany, getting to, or close together into the final corner. Roy Nissany ahead of Calderon into turn 1. A replay of his move up the inside. With the red mist down, it's Jake Dennis pushing hard after his penalty here, fighting against the youngest man in the field, Santino Ferrucci, just 16 years of age. Meanwhile, back at the front, it's Ocon controlling the race well with a good gap to Jordan King and Max Verstappen. It's the Frenchman across the line as the checker flag flies for another win in this year's championship. Jordan King back on the podium. He'll be pleased with that. And Max Verstappen in 3rd place. So for the 2nd time this weekend, Ocon makes the Usain Bolt victory salute. The Frenchman clearly back to his best.
I did a good start, then I was managing the gap in the beginning. Tire gradation, I think, is quite important here, even if we were improving every lap. Track is particular, a lot of corners, so you overheat a lot. But yeah, at the end they were a bit quicker, but still I did manage quite good.
It's good to now start, progressing all the way up. That's 3 podiums in a row now, so hopefully it'll be a trend for the rest of the season, as it was a bit of a rocky patch at the start. So yeah, the speed's been good, and now we're showing that we can do it as well.
I think it was a good race. I think the race pace was really good. I had a good overtake on Tom, and yeah, afterwards I was closing in, and yeah, it's very promising so far.
More action from races 2 and 3 in Moscow after this short break.